My wife cheated and left me saying, "I'm setting you free." Then I won $8.7 million the very next day after signing our separation papers. I'm a 38-year-old guy, and my marriage ended in a way that felt like a punchline to someone else's joke, until fate turned it into the best twist of my life. My wife of 7 years cheated on me, and then dumped me like she was doing me a favor. Her exact words were burned into my brain. "You should be grateful. I'm setting you free. You were holding me back." She said it with the confidence of someone convinced she was the hero in the story. Fine. She wanted freedom. I signed the separation papers on a Wednesday. By Thursday, I had won $8.7 million. But let me take you back, because the lead up to that moment is what makes all of this unreal. For most of our marriage, things were simple. No kids, thank God, because what came later would have destroyed a family. She worked as a dental hygienist, made around 55 grand a year. I was a union electrician making about 72. We weren't rich, but we were comfortable. We split bills based on income, kept our money separate, something I insisted on because of my parents' nasty divorce. Then last year, she started changing. Suddenly she cared about her appearance again. New gym routine, new clothes, new energy that wasn't coming home with her. I saw the signs, ignored them, tried to convince myself I was imagining things. Spoiler, I wasn't. One evening, after dinner, she sat me down. No emotion, no hesitation. "I've been seeing someone from work," she said. "I'm not happy. Haven't been for a long time. 6 months." She'd been cheating for 6 months. And the guy? Some oral surgeon she worked with. Her big upgrade. She told me I lacked ambition, that I lived a small life, that she needed a partner who was going somewhere. And the worst part? She talked about her affair like it was a career move. She came prepared, too. She'd already talked to a lawyer. All she wanted was a simple split, 50-50ths on everything. The house, savings, furniture, the whole deal. No alimony, no drawn-out fight. Just divide everything and separate. Her confidence was unreal. She really thought she was trading up. My lawyer looked at the paperwork and basically said, "Honestly, you're lucky. No kids, no alimony, clean break. Sign it." So I did. I signed the separation papers on Wednesday, October 18th. She packed up and moved straight into the surgeon's place that weekend. And then, life decided to throw the wildest plot twist imaginable. Because on Thursday, the very next day, I bought my usual weekly lottery ticket. Same ritual I'd had for years. $20, quick pick, no expectations. Saturday morning, October 21st, coffee in hand, I checked the numbers. Matched. Every single one. $8.7 million. Just me. No other winners. I stared at the screen, shaking so badly I thought I'd spill my coffee everywhere. Once the lottery office confirmed it, the first thing the attorney asked me was, "Are you married?" "Separated as of Wednesday," I said. He actually smiled. "Then congratulations twice. This money is legally yours." She has zero claim to it. If I had bought that ticket one day earlier, she would have gotten half. But she wanted out immediately. She wanted her new life so badly, she pushed the separation to move quickly. Her rush cost her $4 million. And that was only the beginning. After signing the papers and moving out, I thought my life would feel quiet. Empty, maybe. But instead, it felt like the universe was finally giving me breathing room. I took my winnings quietly. Didn't tell a soul, except my lawyer and my parents. No flashy cars, no dramatic lifestyle change. I bought a small downtown condo with part of the money. Paid cash. Comfortable, but not insane. Most of the rest went into investments. Some liquid cash for living expenses. For the first time in years, I felt in control. Free. Not beholden to anyone else's drama. And while I was quietly rebuilding, life had a way of reminding me that karma has a sense of humor. 3 days later, someone from her dental office spotted me at a nice downtown restaurant. I was casually dressed, meeting with my financial advisor about investment options. Nothing extravagant, just doing adult things. But apparently, my ex's radar was always on. Within hours, she knew. And within a week, she was contacting me. First, a text. "Hey, can we talk?" I ignored it. Then another. "I know you're seeing this. We need to discuss something important." I replied calmly. "Lawyer. Contact my lawyer for anything related to the divorce." Her messages turned desperate fast. She called her mother, her father, anyone who might put pressure on me. Her mother even tried to guilt trip me. She's confused. She wants a chance to fix things. Maybe there's still a spark. Please just hear her out. I didn't. Not a single word. Because here's the truth. She made her choices. She cheated. She left. She mocked me and my life as small. And now, by some incredible stroke of timing, I had a fortune she had no legal claim to. The fact that it happened one day after our legal separation was poetic justice in a way I didn't plan, but I wasn't going to apologize for it. Then came the lawyer's last-ditch attempts. She tried filing a motion, claiming the lottery ticket was purchased during the marriage, so the winnings were marital property. My lawyer laughed. Literally laughed. I had bank statements proving I'd been buying lottery tickets for years, personally, every Thursday, $20 each. The winning ticket was bought after the separation papers were signed. Nothing marital about it. Judge didn't even hesitate. Motion denied. Her lawyer sanctioned. She had to pay $2,800 in legal fees she didn't even have. It didn't stop there. Her parents tried to intervene. Her father showed up at my condo, waiting in the lobby like some avenging angel. I explained calmly. She's gone. She left. The money is legally mine. You can't change that. Security escorted him out. Meanwhile, she kept trying through other channels. Her new boyfriend, some guy she met online, apparently got sucked into her narrative. Came to my building, arguing, posturing. Security called the cops. He got arrested for disorderly conduct. She called me from jail using her one call, yelling at me for destroying her life. I didn't respond. Because here's the thing, this wasn't about money. It was about consequences. She chose her path. She chose to cheat. She chose to leave. I didn't create this chaos, she did. And luck just happened to favor me. During those months, I focused on myself. I quit my electrician job, not because I was lazy, but because I could finally pursue something I wanted, architectural design. Classes, workshops, learning something new. I realized I wasn't small at all. My life was full of potential I'd been ignoring for years. Meanwhile, she tried one last Hail Mary. Her lawyer claimed unconscionable circumstances and unjust enrichment. Judge didn't even hear the arguments. Dismissed outright. No more motions, no more claims. Restraining order in place. 1 year of zero contact. By the time everything was over, she'd moved to a new city. New job, new boyfriend, and apparently trying to bury the lottery story entirely. Fresh start. But I knew the truth. Timing had changed everything. What could have been shared, split, lost, became fully mine. And I wasn't just wealthy, I was free. And that's when I realized something bigger. Life doesn't just hand you revenge. It gives you opportunity, sometimes in the smallest windows of time. 1 day earlier, she could have taken half. 1 day later, she wouldn't have even noticed. But timing, my patience, and my quiet focus gave me everything she thought she deserved. And more importantly, gave me peace of mind. Months passed, and life was settling into a rhythm. I was finally pursuing architectural design, exploring ideas I had shelved for years. My condo felt like home. Quiet, calm mind. But just when I thought the chaos had ended, the storm returned. It started with texts, phone calls, and emails from her, my ex-wife. At first, they were polite, almost tentative. But quickly, desperation bled through. She wanted to talk, wanted closure, wanted another chance. Every attempt she made to reach me only reminded me why I left. Her legal team got creative, filing motion after motion claiming I had purchased the winning lottery ticket during the marriage. The argument? Technically, it was marital property. My lawyer, seasoned and unshakable, laughed through it. I had every bank statement, every transaction, proving that for 5 straight years, I had bought my weekly tickets from my personal account. The winning ticket was purchased after separation papers were signed. Nothing marital about it. The judge didn't even hesitate. Motion denied. Her lawyer sanctioned. She had to cover $2,800 in legal fees she didn't even have. And just like that, the legal angle was crushed. But the personal attacks didn't stop. Her parents got involved. Her father, furious, came to my condo building one afternoon, waiting in the lobby like some vengeful sentinel. He demanded I give her money, insisting I had ruined her life. I explained calmly. She made her choices. She left. The money is legally mine. You can't change that. Security escorted him out. And then, the new boyfriend entered the scene. Apparently, she had spun a story to him about me being some evil ex who had manipulated fate. One evening, the two of them showed up at my condo together, aggressively confronting security. Cops were called. Her boyfriend was arrested for disorderly conduct. She even called me from jail, yelling about how I had destroyed her life. At that point, I realized how completely detached from reality she had become. Every attempt to manipulate, guilt, or intimidate me only reinforced one fact: I was done. My patience had limits, and my peace was non-negotiable. Meanwhile, I channeled my energy into myself. The architectural design program became more than a hobby, it was purpose. I built models, drafted designs, immersed myself in creativity. I began to see a future that wasn't dictated by anyone else's drama. The divorce finalized smoothly, legally, all issues resolved. She received her agreed-upon half of the house equity, roughly $160,000, and that was it. No lottery money, no spousal support, nothing extra. The judge was very clear. Her attempts to claim my winnings were baseless and bordered on harassment. Life outside the courtroom began to feel surreal. I watched her move to a new city, start a new job, date a new guy. Mutual friends told me she tried to bury the lottery story, pretending it didn't exist. But the truth had a way of sticking. Timing had favored me. Her choices had consequences. Through it all, I learned something profound. Freedom is more valuable than wealth. The money was secondary. What mattered was reclaiming control of my life, my choices, and my peace of mind. One day earlier or later, things could have been different, but I didn't wait. I acted. And in doing so, I not only protected my assets, but also my sanity. The aftermath of all this taught me a lesson about luck, timing, and resilience. I realized how fragile relationships can be when people prioritize their desires over respect. And more importantly, I discovered that sometimes the universe rewards patience and integrity in ways you can't predict. Now, I could finally focus on creating a life I wanted, without guilt, without manipulation, and without someone else's chaos dictating my path. The rest of the world could think what it wanted. I knew the truth. I had survived betrayal, preserved my integrity, and turned a potentially devastating heartbreak into the foundation of my best life. Yet 0.8 months passed since the restraining order was granted. Life had finally settled into a rhythm I could breathe in, free of harassment, guilt, and manipulation. The divorce was over, the lottery winnings securely mine, and my future was no longer dictated by someone else's selfish choices. I threw myself into architectural design with a passion I hadn't realized I was capable of. I was no longer just an electrician working a steady job. I was a student of creation, shaping spaces and ideas that felt meaningful. My professors encouraged me to apply for internships at respected firms. I got one, unpaid, but I didn't need the money anymore. I needed the experience, the learning, the growth. Every step I took reminded me of one thing: freedom was priceless. I had been trapped for years in a relationship where I was taken for granted, belittled, and dismissed. The lottery win didn't change me. It enabled me to stop accepting less than I deserved. I realized that happiness and fulfillment were mine to define, not hers to dictate. I heard through mutual friends that my ex had moved to a new city, started over in a dental office, dating someone new. Apparently, she tells people she's divorced, carefully omitting any mention of the lottery. That's fine. Her life is hers, and mine is mine. I don't dwell on what she's doing. I focus on what I'm building. The world had a funny way of validating my choices. Opportunities started appearing out of nowhere. A gallery approached me to showcase a personal photography project I had been working on, something quiet, reflective, a series called Still Water. It captured landscapes that forced people to pause, breathe, and reflect. That project became more than art. It became therapy, both for me and for anyone experiencing life's chaos and heartbreak. I also began teaching small workshops for trauma survivors and people recovering from difficult relationships. Photography became a tool for healing, a way to reclaim control, and a way to connect with people without words, without judgment. Some participants became genuine friends. For the first time in years, I felt a deep sense of community and purpose. Occasionally, I think about that Wednesday, the day she signed the separation papers. That Thursday, the day I bought my lottery ticket. The universe's timing was uncanny, almost poetic. Had I waited even a day, she would have been entitled to millions. But I didn't wait. I honored my boundaries, preserved my integrity, and trusted myself. And the reward wasn't just financial. It was the freedom to live life on my own terms. A few weeks ago, I received a message from her. Simple, understated. I saw your Stillwater series. Beautiful. I think I finally understand what peace looks like. I didn't reply. I didn't need to. The lesson was already learned. Peace isn't found in someone else's approval or presence. It's found in accepting yourself and walking away from what doesn't serve you. I'm dating again now, someone grounded, someone present. Her name is Amy. She's a park ranger. Our time together isn't about status, appearances, or performance. We hike, cook, watch sunsets without documenting them. The contrast to my past relationship is staggering, but it's exactly what I needed. Connection, real connection, without an audience. As I stand on the coast, camera in hand, capturing the golden light of a quiet sunset, I think back to that moment on the beach when she told me to go home. I did. I chose myself. I chose boundaries, dignity, and freedom. For 3 years, I had tried to shrink to fit someone else's world. That day, I stopped shrinking. And for the first time in a long time, I felt truly at home in my own life. I don't regret the past. I don't regret the divorce. I don't regret the lottery win or the chaos that followed. Every event, every heartbreak, every confrontation led me to a life I actually wanted, a life filled with purpose, creativity, and genuine connection. The lesson is simple but profound. Respect is not something you beg for, and love is not something you perform for an audience. If someone cannot honor your boundaries, the bravest, strongest, and most transformative thing you can do is walk away. And sometimes, just sometimes, the universe rewards that courage in ways you could never imagine. I went home that day, and for the first time in years, I stayed. Not in a house, not in a city, not anywhere external. I stayed in myself. And that's a place worth more than all the money in the world.